It was on mute the whole time. Nobody. That's it. So I don't know what just went on, but can you guys hear us now? Because
Greetings, comrades. Thanks for letting us know that there was no sound. It only took at least 5 minutes.
yeah, really nice. So anyway, we were talking about the free speech rally and Marty Walsh and how he said that he was going to stop it, and guess what? Tomorrow, it's still happening, and he gave a permit out, and I don't know. I mean, he was with her, but he's apparently not with us, right?
Sounds about right. So, this rally is supposed to have 100 people show up to it tomorrow. I don't think so. Although I did hear that thousands were planning on showing up in protest, which is great. That's going to be awesome. I mean, it's really going to be a victory for Antifa.
Yeah, we're expecting absolutely nobody to show up. We heard that Gavin McGuinness, he's not showing up, and that's cool. You know, we didn't expect, he's saying it's a trap. It is a trap because, as you can see, the majority of the country is now against Trump. What is his approval rating now? Is it like
It's
5?
Gotta be.
Is it the people in this chat, probably?
How many do we have? 113. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
So.
Look at them. They're so pissed off.
Yeah,
Why does everybody hate us?
They just don't like to lose.
Yeah, lowest since he won the election. That's right, Danny. And you think it's going to go anywhere up at all? He's had 6 months.
Right.
Actually, no, he's like, what is it? It's like 8 now?
It's been since January.
God, it seems like it's forever.
He only has like 2 years tops, so it doesn't really matter.
Bannon's out today. How about that? Huh?
That's awesome.
You guys are just on a sinking ship it's also burning. I think it's going to sink before, you're able to save it.
Right.
And the water's not going to help. It's nothing. Your ship's fucked. What has he done to personally affect me? What do you mean? All of my marginalized friends have been completely marginalized, and you're trying to tell me that he's done nothing. Let's see, the transgenders, he's,
They're not even allowed to fight for this country?
Yeah. How about that? Tell that chick to take... I knew this was going to happen. I knew that you guys were going to continue to do this, and, there's a lot more important things going on tomorrow.
Everyone is finding out.
Finding boobs, you virgins.
Yeah, they're losers. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me.
Girl on the screen, huh?
Girl on the internet. How is that possible?
That's a fan. Those aren't air vents. I guess that's not important either, is it? We should talk about the rally a little bit. We discussed Bannon being out.
Yeah.
Do you have any more, things you'd like to say about Bannon before we move on?
He's just a white supremacist. I mean, it's obvious. So he worked for Breitbart. They welcomed him back with open arms. So he's back in the loving arms of the stupid right-wing, disgusting organization that spreads lies.
Yeah, I didn't even know a corpse could be employed by Trump, but apparently he's figured out. The guy's so gross. Have you guys even looked at him since this happened? It's kind of like, it just gets worse and worse.
He is a white supremacist.
He is. That's right, Wayne. He is a white supremacist. That's one thing I'd like to talk about before we move on. White supremacist.
Mm-hmm.
Say it right. Don't say white supremacist.
You sound like an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like the baby boomers saying it, or it seems like a lot of your people on your side can't even say white supremacist. And it's funny because that's exactly who you are.
Well, see, the problem is many of them went to schools in right-wing states, notoriously dumber states, so you can't really blame them.
Ugh. So, these people, at least I see some of our comrades on. Are you guys all pumped up for the rally tomorrow? Who's going? Let's see. Say something that rhymes with orange. What rhymes with orange?
I'm sure there's something.
I can't believe there's almost 300 people watching this stupid thing. And they're mostly not, all these trolls, they have nothing to do.
It's Friday night. What are you doing?
Well, I tell you what we're doing. On Facebook, we're going to smash Fash one way or the other. And let's see here. We got, what would you like to say about our next topic here?
Oh. Well, it's really exciting, actually. The government and the media they're all coming out in support of Antifa, which is a huge victory for us because, you know, the media we need to, you know, gather support from people who aren't in contact with us right now. And the government, of course, we need to help us in the revolution. Right.
So, okay, people are wanting to know about information about the rally. What would you guys like to know? Because we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of Q&A on that as we go along here tonight. Let's see here. Oh, I think the media does support us. In the past...
Why don't you open up CNN's website and take a look right now?
Right.
They said that Antifa is, you know, promoting peace with violence.
These kind of things tend to happen with, you know, more of the media supporting you when there's no one supporting your ideology and everybody's starting to realize the kind of mistake. You see this more and more when you go on Twitter. You see all these people, they're saying, I voted for Trump, but, you know, I've learned the error of my ways. And so actually tonight, if you'd like, you could go ahead and, you know, express your regret for voting for Trump.
Yeah, fall in line with the rest of them.
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead. You know, we got enough trolls on here. You guys, if you've been paying attention, you know just the complete error that you've made. And we're not saying that you should vote for Hillary or anything. We're not saying that you should have done that. Nobody's saying that. We have no message.
We have at least, like, what?
I have 60
videos that are messages. So I would suggest you maybe take a look at one of them.
You regret that you could not vote for him twice. Well,
that's a good joke.
That's funny because there's plenty of evidence with people voting for Trump twice. Actually, some woman got arrested for that. So you could have done it, but you would have been arrested like that lady did. I think she voted for him like 5 times.
Yeah. And the rally is going to be at the Common.
Yeah, and that shows you exactly what voting does. It changes nothing. Because there's always somebody voting for, you know, what's my favorite president? I can't think of my favorite president.
Let's pick a white male that we like the most.
Right.
Oh, do I like Taft? No. No, there aren't any good presidents.
No, because the whole system is a sham.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sorry that, you know, the things going on in the world are boring to you. No. I can't even keep up with these people.
It's just rambling.
Did somebody share this to the God Emperor Trump or something? Where are all these people coming from? Well, man, just let them roll in.
So one of the great things that's happening right now, one of the awesome things that just this week alone is a huge victory for Antifa. But one of the best things that's happening is all of the white supremacist statues across the country are coming down. So, and they're coming down through the government. Your government is taking these statues down, and you support them still?
So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to ask, what monument would you like to see dismantled next out of everyone in the country?
Well, I mean, of course, I would love the Mount Rushmore because, I mean, just down the road, you can see something so much better.
Yeah, Crazy Horse is really coming along, and actually, that one is in honor of the true Americans of this country. What, I mean, if there is a way that we could deface Mount Rushmore, or perhaps, restore it to what it was, I don't know. That's kind of like, it's not exactly here, but it's something that we could work towards. Trying to restore Mount Rushmore, do you think that'd be possible for us to do that?
Restore it to its original
Yeah,
facing?
just, restore it. I don't know if there's some kind of material that...
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of faux rock face that we could add to it.
Just to take it back to what it used to be, right? And then perhaps we could... Well, I mean, also, I had another idea. Just like Crazy Horse, we could change it. We could change those 4 people up there to, be different chiefs in the country, or just, it doesn't. It could just be natives of the country, but I don't know. Perhaps if the Native Americans would go along with it, we could represent people of color up on Mount Rushmore instead.
They may have to concede to the people who are most marginalized in our country right now, which would be people of color, which would be
Right.
Black people.
So let's see some of these questions here. Wow, there's just too many people watching this. None of these people have, I mean, I'm talking about the people, of course, that aren't even interested in our movement. They're just here to troll and bring their friends.
I'm pretty sure that we didn't create the Confederate flag. That doesn't make any sense.
Do they mean Antifa created the American flag?
The Confederate flag.
Oh, the Confederate flag. I actually, maybe if you knew a little bit more about us, you'd know that the Confederate flag predates Antifa. I guess not. I guess you don't know
People don't know history.
at all what you're talking
They
about.
just join in on a bandwagon because they think that they're going to be more cool or hip or interesting because of it.
Have you guys personally condemned what happened in Barcelona? Well, we're waiting for more information about that.
Right. They haven't really released much information about it.
Just because somebody from ISIS somewhere, says that they're responsible for something, that doesn't necessarily make that true.
And honestly, it was really most likely a parallel of what happened in Charlottesville anyway. Somebody did a copycat kind of thing.
Right.
So,
I mean, it happened like 2 days after. Do the math on that.
I don't see how we caused the white supremacists to go to Charlottesville. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. They showed up just fine on their own. That was planned way before.
They had their
we caught
moms
wind
drive
of it.
them to Charlottesville. So we didn't make their moms drive them to Charlottesville.
Right. So I'd like to hear your guys' evidence on Barcelona and why exactly you think it was ISIS, besides some shadowy figure, saying that it was. Because this seems like every single time one of these kind of things happens, just magically, same day, ISIS did it. Like, does somebody just call in to the media and that's all it takes? Somebody send an email saying that they're ISIS and they did it?
Right. They have like a newsletter or something.
Yeah, it's all a part of your plan, and you've been found out several times before. So don't sit there. So they arrested Islamic terrorists.
They just arrest
Sure.
2 guys and then apparently they're guilty. I thought it was innocent until proven guilty, but I've heard differently, especially from the police.
Come on, let's see it. Where's your evidence? Don't tell me you just heard it on Fox News. Yeah, it's happened before in Europe. And it seems like ISIS they always claim it, and you guys always just take it as fact. Why do you guys trust
You guys
ISIS
listen to
with
ISIS
that,
so
but
much.
you seem to, hate them for everything else? It's just if they say something, you believe that. but you don't trust them, with anything else. It's very strange to me. It's a little suspicious. But, that's the horseshoe theory for you. Extremists such as yourself and, supposedly all these people in ISIS, you all seem to really, practice the same kind of violence. And
so in regards to BG Cumby with the Confederate flag in the background of the video, that was a trophy.
right.
That's all you guys need to know.
Yeah, I've showed you that on a video before. That's something that we do, and we're actually collecting a lot of them throughout these different campaigns and different direct actions. And we're going to stage, we're going to have this huge on stage of just burning all these different little trophies at once, and it should be a spectacular show. I think we might do that live too, actually. I would like to see like just 200 different Confederate flags of different types, just all burn at the same time. I know you guys would love that, right? So we have 818 people, and I would expect by now we have a lot more of our comrades on here, and the rest
So
of
welcome.
you have nothing to do on Friday. So, congrats. So let's get started then. As I'm seeing by 800 different people on here that that's just a fraction of what Boston Antifa has, and it, as well as the different chapters surrounding us. It's a little fraction, but I think they could relay the information to the other 3,000 or so. So the free speech rally tomorrow. Now 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. is the supposed time for it. Now last time in May, we decided to show up early and take the hill at the Soldiers and Sailors Monument on the Common.
It would have been a good plan had we not shown up early.
Right. And so we're proposing, and hopefully everybody else gets this message, to not fall for the trap this time, because they will easily contain us. They're putting cameras up everywhere, and we need to stay outside of those especially. But most importantly, we need to show up about an hour and a half after 12. Somewhere around 1 to 1:30. And so everybody please relay that information to the various chapters and our allies. Do not show up on time for this. They're expecting that. They're expecting us early, rather, but we need to actually, surprise the police.
Right. And maybe don't chant while you're walking up to the area where they are gathering, because
Exactly.
that kind of gives it away that you're coming.
It's kind of like the police when they show up somewhere, and sometimes they just turn off their lights, but they definitely turn off their sirens. We need to adopt that kind of tactic and do not chant and bang drums and different things like that
Not
on your
until
way.
you get there.
Yeah, so that we can we have to surprise them this way. No, nothing about anti-fascist action is a prank or it's some kind of joke. This is completely serious. And no, the event has not been canceled.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, thanks Mayor Walsh. Asshole. I got a message just now. Come to Florida, you dumb fucks.
No, thank you.
Why would we ever go to Florida? Would any of you guys go to Florida? Would anybody ever on Facebook go to Florida? I'm gonna just wait. I'll be here all night just waiting for somebody.
Yes, your brother is racist because he flies the Confederate flag. What is that? Are you being serious? Because if that's ridiculous.
Displaying the Confederate flag, holding it, having it anywhere in your household, is a bit like just being at one of those Nazi rallies. It's you're kind of just staging your own little Nazi rally in your house, or in your car, your stupid truck. What you're doing is just displaying a swastika. I don't know, just because it doesn't look the same, it is the same. It's perfect logic. You're displaying a symbol that supports slavery. And don't tell me that the Southern culture and all of your heritage and everything. Your heritage is slavery, so, you know, hello. Why would you endorse this? Can black people have a Confederate flag? Because I see a lot of blacks with listen to the way that guy talks. He says blacks and black. You can obviously tell he's full of shit.
It's people of color.
Oh, this guy goes, I know many African Americans who fly the Confederate flag. See, they try to twist around everything and try to fool you, but I've never seen one. Try to show me one that's not doing it as part of some false flag. I guess no pun intended on that one. Want to do a little bit more Q&A with Q&D here. What do you guys have to say about the rally? We'll answer a few little questions here. No, we're never coming to Florida. I would never.
Florida
anywhere in the South. Why?
Went red this election. I don't think that we're going there.
PM me and I will send you 20 pictures of black Americans supporting the rebel flag. I don't want to see any of your pictures, creep. Why do you think you two are such an authority on human behavior? I never claim that. I just claim bigots as I see them display themselves.
And a lot of people seem to agree with us.
This guy goes, colored, racist much? No, I'm repeating a quote from somebody. I would hope I don't need to censor these things for you, but, you know, apparently childish Trump supporters are not able to handle this reality. Stay strong, Antifa. You have more supporters than you realize.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. That's... You know, I knew that we had a lot of supporters, but
they're just a little bit quiet on Facebook.
And why wouldn't I understand it? Because a Trump supporter just ran over somebody in a car. And that's what you get for coming out against Trump. And it's very brave of you to come out and say these things about Trump in the face of such a risk like that. So thank you, Joan, and thank you for the rest of our comrades and the supporters of our cause.
So what's wrong with letting people support their president? If their president is a racist bigot, white supremacist, I don't think that we should let people support that. I don't think that we should let people think that that's okay to support.
Right. And I don't necessarily, I don't like George W. and all the rest of the ones that we've had previously in this, present in modern times, but I have heard a lot of people that are against Trump say that they could find good things and bad things about any president except Trump. They can find nothing but negative things. And so that really just shows you where you are if you disagree with that.
So Eric Clanton is a traitor and a rat, so we disavow.
Right. I heard somebody say this is a pre-recorded thing. No? Not at all.
Yeah, we're also generating the comments too. That makes sense.
Let's see what's on CNN. What's the headline right now? And I can prove to you that it's not. Bannon, presidency we fought for is over, is what he just said. It's some other stuff about Bannon. And yeah, this is live. Sorry, that's a nice trick you tried to pull there. Would be funny to see these two get blown up live.
See, this is what we're dealing with. Yeah. This is what we're dealing with. It's people who want us dead.
Yeah. And anybody who speaks out against Trump, people want dead. And I have nothing but kind words to say for anybody brave enough to actually come out against Trump. Because, face it, we're living under full fascism at this point. The deplorables have 600,000. Your group is nothing. I know about the deplorables, and we've told people over and over again to not share any of our content to the deplorables. Excuse me, and you guys keep doing it. And hopefully my email with Facebook goes through where we're able to block shares to that group, because I have no idea how to do it.
So Antifa tore down a peace monument in Atlanta 2 nights ago. I have evidence that it wasn't actually a peace monument. It's just they put that up pretending to be for peace, pretending to support peace, but in reality it's just something to keep the average American to, oh, there's peace. Oh, it's peaceful. Yeah, sure. While your government stomps on you.
Right. And Ken, how do we act like fascists? We're sitting here just describing anti-fascist action to the masses and trying to talk about a rally tomorrow. And what part of that is fascist? Exactly how is anti-fascist fascist? You guys got to think.
Yeah, we literally can't be fascists if we are anti-fascist.
Erasing history is going to give America back to Native American. Keep going, LOL. Oh, yeah, I don't know what the LOL means in the end of that, but what you said there is,
We would like to.
Yeah. Why are we not giving America back to the people that it was stolen from?
We're trying.
We're trying, we're trying our damnedest, yes. Honestly, anybody with European descent really should, deport themselves back where they belong. You see that a lot in protests. We have those signs up, and, why are you saying that other people coming here in a country that's supposed to be for immigrants, but it seems like historically it hasn't been very kind to those people? Why are you trying to deport people when you are a byproduct of immigration? It's yes, we do know what the definition of fascism is. It's, let's see. So if you give the country back to Native Americans, where are you moving to? Well,
wherever they establish settlements for us for.
Yeah.
They're gonna most likely let us stay somewhere.
Right.
For liberating the country to give to them.
These people are just ridiculous. I think maybe, well, perhaps Canada would allow us, but honestly, Canada's in the same boat. Canada, that land there was stolen from the natives as well. So wherever, settlements could be provided for people on their way, leaving this country, perhaps there's somewhere we could sign up for something.
Venezuela.
Honestly, oh, sorry.
Venezuela was corrupted with capitalism. Venezuela was not a socialist state. Please do your research.
Yeah. Do you remember the Soviet Union? How it collapsed when McDonald's and Levi jeans and things like that started showing up? Venezuela is in the same boat like that. It's not that hard. It's a historical fact that anytime a communist country starts facing capitalist corruption, they can't survive. It's like salmonella to the system. Am I wanting 300 million people to leave? Well, I'm wanting the people that descended from people that stole this land to leave, yes. And voluntarily, I would imagine most of them would. Like, why would you exactly want to live here still?
So I don't know if you saw, but there was a CNN correspondent that she went on. She's a person of color. She wants to remove all monuments of oppression, which include people, and they're afraid. Most people are afraid to say this, so I really commend her on it. But people like George Washington, he owned slaves. I don't know if you people know that. He owned slaves, and other people are going out and defacing some of the statues, and one of them that they defaced was an old white man, the Joan of Arc statue in New Orleans. It's great. They burned Abraham Lincoln's face in Chicago, and it really shows that we are not going to stand for this white supremacy.
Right.
So I just want to do a cheers to that.
Adding to the monument thing, I think a lot of the different buildings in our country, like Monticello, for example, Thomas Jefferson's house. You know, I've stressed this before, but anything having to do with, you know, slaves actually constructing it, why are we not dismantling those as well? You know, the products of slavery, as well as the monuments to the supporters of slavery. We need to basically reset our system, clean the slate, and that is one way that we need to do it. And all I see, Washington, D.C., it's like a perverted museum to slavery and to
And we send
atrocities.
our entire government there to make decisions for us.
Right.
If that doesn't say white male patriarchy to you, I don't know what does.
Right. And so a lot of different buildings and a lot of different structures in that city. There's there's like 4 different Robert E. Lee statues in DC. There is a lot that needs to come down. And this is just really the beginning of that. Honestly, it's just really strange to me. It's almost like a Holocaust museum, honestly, like a place like DC, where they're just like kind of setting up shop and actually using it instead of trying to do away with it. And they just use these buildings, and like there's nothing describing how any of them were actually constructed by slaves.
Really, do you know how much money we spend on fixing up the White House every year? Like this year we have to pay for new HVAC system in the White House. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's fine. I'm pretty sure that we spend a lot of money there already.
Because Trump needs to be more comfortable while he's completely destroying the country.
Yeah, in between golf sessions.
Right. He's not even there. Why exactly does he need to worry about air conditioning when he's never even in the White House? Maybe he could just get some air conditioning for his golf cart.
Right.
Yeah, it's proper to have an HVAC system if you're actually in the building, which Trump is never in the building. I mean, I don't even have to fact check it right now. I could say that Trump's not there, and I'm pretty sure he's not. Why Robert E. Lee? He never owned a slave. So what exactly is Robert E. Lee famous for? He's a general that led an army to defend slavery. He's the first to come down. And who were the Nazis there in Charlottesville to defend? Robert E. Lee. They were there to defend his statue. So put those together. Hopefully you can complete a circuit there and quit acting like a moron. Go travel the world, get some experience. There's a lot of fighting here to do in Boston. I'd love to see the rest of the world, but honestly, things aren't so well in this country, and we're needed here.
Yes, we need to show our support here.
Everybody's trying to school us, but we're the only ones here.
I don't give a fuck about Robert E. Lee, except to say that he probably would have been a Nazi.
Right. He really is. Between him and Andrew Jackson, who do you believe is more like Hitler?
Probably Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, I'm kind of wondering when Trump...
Though.
Yeah, when is Trump going to, you know, defend more atrocities in this country, like the Trail of Tears? How about that? Is that on his agenda for this month, or maybe that's next month?
I think that a lot of it is just more golfing.
Right.
Maybe destroy a few minority communities as well. I think he has that on his agenda next week, but mostly golf.
Oh man. So I was thinking perhaps we could get into some different planning for our rally tomorrow. I would like to do a little rendition of our song that actually was featured on TV today. Do a little a cappella of that. Would you like to do that with me there, Quinn?
I would.
Boston Belongs to Us.
Sure.
Okay. So, Boston Belongs to Us, if you're not familiar with it, it is a song that we started in the previous rally in May, and it's really made waves in the anti-fascist community, as well as a lot of the Trump supporters are really antagonized by it, and I guess because we're taunting them, but really what we're doing is trying to represent a voice in a community that is 100 times stronger than them. People that are fed up with the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists, as well as, the Proud Boys and everybody else. So I think we'll just start this here. Boston Belongs to Us. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. Turn the fascists into dust, because Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. Make Nazis annoyed. Proud Boys get destroyed, because Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. Trump supporters are a joke. But here comes the punchline, because Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. So fuck all your free speech. It's really just hate speech. Too bad Boston belongs to us. So everybody, I think I'll put the lyrics to that in the comments, and everybody please be sure to study this. Okay, it's on there now.
There is a great rendition of it on YouTube. They do a really good job.
Oh yeah, the tribute, Boston Antifa belongs to us. I don't remember how it's titled. It's kind of like this big long title, but yeah, it says tribute on there. I'll link it later for you guys. We have plenty of viewers that agree with us here.
Yeah, and we don't want the left to stop. The left, the liberals are finally on our side. I mean, they were before, but they're finally in public on our side. They are like the feel-good liberals. Even they are joining in because, love trumps hate. Sometimes that's just not enough.
I'll look up a few things on, if you want to check out the chat on there. I'm going to get our next topic of discussion here. I think we're making a lot of significant progress tonight. This is actually going really well. Hopefully a lot of people that weren't exactly on our side before are realizing that which side is the right side of history. I hope this is true. We're getting some nice intel today. Some snitches for the alt-right. Some people... See, this is what I mean. This intel that we're getting today about the alt-right is just flowing in. Because these people are realizing, just like I hope a lot of you tonight, who is on the right side of history and who is actually defending the people of this land. So we're going to have to look at that later. Make racists afraid again is what I'm guessing the theme of tonight will be as we look at some of that intel. Oh, I know we convinced a lot of people. That's right. Neither side will make a difference. The elites' plans are working.
We aren't controlled by any elites.
No. You want to talk about the George Soros thing? Where's my paycheck, Soros? We've never
We haven't
gotten
been paid
any
yet.
money
I mean,
from George Soros.
we're still waiting on it. So
Right. So if you could, have him contact us.
Antifa's stated goal is to fight fascists, but we are an anarcho-communist community. So
Right. I think it'd be cool to do a rendition of Goodnight Alt-Right too, sometime maybe tonight. And that's a great song. Have you guys seen the song Goodnight Alt-Right? We actually did a cover of that.
mm-hmm.
And I don't have the piano in this room right now, but we could just do another a cappella because that last one just works so well. I'd love to bring y'all to a crawfish boil. It would be a hoot. Honestly, I don't participate in the murder of any kind of living creature.
Exactly.
So, sorry about that.
Not sorry.
Yeah, not sorry. Wow, these people are mentally disabled. They don't even know they cucks. So that was a great sentence structure you had there.
Mm-hmm. Somebody left the caps lock on.
Yeah, I don't know if you were trying to make a slight against people of color in the way that you sentenced that out, or you're being very ableist at the same time with the whole mentally disabled thing. I mean, we totally just went at it against the Proud Boys. It was pretty great. I think we've left a serious impression on them this time. That's why they're not showing up to the rally, by the way. It's
right.
because of us.
Gavin's afraid. He's saying, "Oh, it's a trap. It's a trap. We shouldn't go because they're going to make us look bad." Well, you look bad regardless.
Yeah. Make
so.
Gavin afraid again. That's what our slogan should be, because he's not coming anywhere near us. He does not want to deal with, you've heard that song that we just did a rendition of. Things like that are how we completely can dominate the culture. And he's afraid of that. He really doesn't want to try to face us head on, so he's kind of just in the shadows right now. And a lot of the Proud Boys are that's where they're remaining.
I don't see how it's been confirmed that it's a trap because the event hasn't happened. So you can't confirm something as a trap if you don't even know what's going to happen at the event.
Well, you could see on his Twitter, he had the little Admiral Akbar thing from Star Trek. He had the little stuff about how it's a trap and all that.
Hipster douchebag.
Yeah, this is what I mean by them trying to dominate the culture. They made all these different alt-right parody songs and all this crap, and it's all just a part of their master plan. And he thinks that he can be Imgur or something like that and make some kind of reference or something like that, and everybody's gonna upvote him. Everybody just mocked him. They mocked the hell out of him. A lot of the people that were on his side, they're just making fun of him, and that's fine. It makes it easier for us. I just wish he had a little bit of just. Let's see here.
What happened at the last Boston rally? We retreated. It was a tactical retreat.
Right. So we had the hill where the Soldiers and Sailors Monument is, and everything was going well, but a lot of our comrades did not show up, and we were not able to keep the hill. But we held our own for quite a while. We're guessing by this point that there was a lot of disinformation that was going around, and they were sending all of our comrades to different places, but we just did not have the support that we were looking for at the last rally. That's all going to change this time. We know that there is going to be just thousands and thousands coming out in support against this movement. And the white supremacists, this is it for them.
Fuck New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say about that.
We don't go there. Bannon is out. That is the end. White supremacy in the White House. There's not a lot of players left. They're just all getting pushed out. And, You're thinking it's because Trump, maybe he's like changing his ways or something. No, he realizes what's going on, and he's trying to get all these people out before they rat him out. He wants to de-elevate their platform. Bannon was about ready to say something just very damning about Trump. And it's a lot like, that other people that he pushed out, like Comey from the FBI. He's trying to cover his tracks, Trump is. And we saw it months ago. And we knew this Bannon thing was going to happen. We didn't think it was going to happen so soon. But a lot of these people, they're either leaving on their own or Trump's pushing them out because they know what's on the horizon. And some of them could go missing. Just like a lot of the people down at the border are going missing. No, this is not mumbling. Somebody is on something. Let's see here. You guys realize how stupid your little club is? By trying to silence a group, you're blah, blah, blah. What group are we silencing? Explain that to me. The Nazis?
The Nazis. Do the Nazis deserve a platform?
Do they?
No.
You want to try to explain that to them? I'm going to go ahead and look up the lyrics to Goodnight All Right because I think that's something that people need to hear.
I can't even believe that I have to explain why Nazis don't deserve a platform, but...
It's like children, I know.
So, Nazis, they want to eradicate people from this planet. They want to kill people. And one of the ways that they do that is by using speech to incite violence. So, if we silence their speech, they have less of opportunities to incite violence.
Correct. I just thought of one thing before we get going on this. What should we have people bring to the free speech rally tomorrow? There's a lot of different things they could bring. I think one thing they really need to do is keep completely hydrated and make sure that you bring some snacks.
Yes.
There's a lot of different things that you could bring. I recommend granola bars.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're easy to store.
Right.
Not going to melt.
And there's the canola oil. That's another good one.
Right.
And there's a lot of different reasons. You heard about like a lot of different things happening where people were being attacked like with adhesives and stuff like that, and they're being pepper sprayed. A lot of our comrades have had to suffer that kind of thing. The canola oil kind of prevents adhesives from attaching, and also the canola oil is good to douse on your eyes if you have some kind of pepper spray attack.
Right.
So I would bring big thing of Crisco.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that...
I mean, you're going to need a backpack to store all of that stuff.
You're going to need a backpack.
Right.
And I would bring a mask, of course.
It's given.
Yeah. And of course, a hood. If you do not have a hood and a bandana, excuse me, you can look up a video about being a t-shirt ninja. Like, they have this thing, like, where you can just use a t-shirt and you can completely conceal your identity with this. And so that's something for the low budget, option. That's a good thing to do. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the chat. I wasn't even seeing. So we're getting just like a solid 1,000 to 1.2. This is no, gasoline will not work. That's not something that I would bring because, as you know, the alt-right likes to bring fireworks, and they like to use hairspray and a lighter to use as an improvised flamethrower. No, not wasabi. You don't use that. You don't rub that on eyes. Yeah, send our picture of the FBI and the CIA. That's great. I'm sure they're big fans. Marty Walsh said we can't even bring backpacks. Well, this is something you guys are going to have to think about.
Maybe
how can we get around the
rules? Maybe a fanny pack or something like that.
Yeah. I guess probably a fanny pack.
Right.
I think a fanny pack, there's no rule about fanny packs, right?
No, I don't
Does
think so.
anybody have a link to any of the different rules? Because I had a really good one, but I think I lost it. I'm going to look up those rules again because we really need to let everybody know about this. Okay, so I know there's stiff restrictions and such, and a lot of the normal types of Democrats and everything are saying that we need to stay away from the Antifa and everything because we're going to give them a bad image. I don't really see how.
Stay away.
Right. We're going to be all over the place. As we said before, Boston belongs to us. Police say backpacks that are brought to the rally will be subject to search and the following items will be banned. So it kind of implies here that you can bring a backpack, but they will definitely search it. So be mindful of what you're putting in a backpack. So the different things that you cannot bring are firearms, knives, weapons, sharp objects, shields, or fireworks, which is all the stuff that alt-right will definitely bring. You can't bring tents. You can't bring cans, glass containers, pre-mixed beverages or alcoholic beverages. You can't bring a wagon or pull cart. Coolers. None of that. Drones. Pets, unless you have a service animal. You can't bring grills. You can't bring propane tanks. You can't bring bicycles. You can't bring flagpoles, bats, clubs, or including signs. You can't even bring signs attached to sticks.
You can't even bring a stick. Like are they going to pick up all the sticks off of the ground?
Are they going to put
they
garbage bags over the trees?
Right. Yeah. Put caution tape on it.
Oh, jeez.
You guys are so free. America is so free.
Yeah, you call this a free country.
You can't have a stick in a park.
You believe in a God that gave you all these rights supposedly, and then you just allow the government to take them away. It's pretty funny. So who's your God? Is it the government or is it Jesus? Because apparently it's the government. Oh, and also you can't bring any athletic equipment or other item which could be used as a weapon. So that's kind of...
also looks like they're going to deploy undercover cops and officers carrying cameras. Please be very cautious and aware.
Right, and this is something that happened before where the feds actually they've done this at every single one of our events where feds will be put in place into the direct actions and the black bloc. They even do this, and this is because it's COINTELPRO. It's never gone away. If you remember that, or you've studied it, this is the same thing. They're trying to disrupt us, and they're afraid of us, and we grow more and more every week. You cannot completely stop the black bloc. There's no possible way to do it. It will just continue to grow, and more people will rise up. And so we have other things here to talk about. They're putting cameras everywhere. So guys, stay out of camera sight. Try to stay away from them. We don't know the definition of them, but I would recommend scouting that out. We've been trying to get a solid intel on that. There's some pictures of it you can see on Twitter. So what else do we have here? There's going to be road closures. There is a possible thunderstorm tomorrow.
I wonder if you could bring an umbrella.
Yeah, I bet you can't even bring an umbrella.
Not even allowed to protect yourself from the rain.
Yeah. So
America.
That's great. You don't even have the freedom to stay dry. Cell phone service will be bad. Yeah, I wonder why. Perhaps it's going to be jammed. I bet the alt-right streams tomorrow are going to be
Crystal.
just perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect. And you know what's going to happen to ours? Completely black. We're going to have one actually on here. Probably Periscope. I don't know. We're going to start one tomorrow. And I bet you won't see it on for too much. They're definitely going to do something to try to prevent us from coming to the rally, or just, you know, they're going to pull some shit. And we're ready for them. Let's see. You have a First Amendment right to free speech, is what the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under law is saying. Okay, well, you know, fuck your First Amendment, fuck your free speech, because that's the problem that we have today. That's why the Nazi hordes start ravaging cities all over across the country, because of the First Amendment and your free speech. Well, guess what about your free speech? You know what free speech did in Germany? You know what free speech did in the South? You know what the free speech has done all over this country? And really
It's
the
killed
world.
people.
So don't talk to me about the free speech, because... And don't try to tell me that... Oh, did you want to use the mouse? Go ahead and use the mouse. Would you want another beer? I'll get you another beer.
Thank you.
Because we got a lot to work out. We got a lot to hammer out with these idiots tonight. I'm going to go and put these over here. Free speech. Fucking idiots.
So, does anyone have any questions or some intelligent thought? We are anarcho-communists.
Right. And anarcho-communism?
Thanks.
Think of anarcho-communism as this. Anarcho is kind of like the destruction crew, okay?
The demolition crew.
Yeah, the demolition crew, right. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to kind of level out basically a new foundation to work on. Communism is the construction crew. Communism is what we hope to install.
Rebuild.
Yeah, to rebuild in this country and to install completely as the primary way that we do things in this country. Because for too long, we've had an imbalance, and I would like to see private property done away with completely, and don't get that confused with personal property. Nobody's trying to come and steal your cell phone.
Yeah.
But
No one
you
wants
guys
your
need to
laptop
realize,
from 2004.
right? Because I'm sure that's what they're all on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have, an iBook still? So, what we're trying to do is actually get to something that works. And Marxist ideology has never been completely explored before. And don't talk to me about communists killing 100 million in the 20th century, because what communism could you tell me has actually been tested in the world?
It really hasn't been actually tested.
Yeah, communism in name only. You know, the Stalinists and you know, all these different people, the tankies, I guess, as we also call them. These people are not actually processed, or they're not actually excuse me, they're not exactly trying to practice actual communism. And yes, we could have communism in this country. We already have a lot of different leaders in government, especially in Seattle, that are already socialists. And you know, I don't know exactly what to think of the Democratic Socialists of America yet, but they are growing and growing, and people are being kind of turned on to Marxism.
There's someone in this that's LARPing like he's the devil or something. So we have some more crazy people.
Yeah, and I would expect that as it's getting shared to more of their idiotic groups.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start getting... I saw that there was Kenny Appleby in here. Did you see him? He was really early on. I bet he's still
No,
watching.
I didn't see him.
Kenny Appleby is at the end of... Sorry, are you okay? Oh. You sign because of these people, right?
Right.
So Kenny Applebee's is the guy at the end of our new video, and this guy has been just a monster lately, and I'm gonna have to put up more of his videos because this guy can relentlessly attacks us. You guys have to see him at the end of our new video.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he'll show up here. You guys can see his stuff.
Why don't you keep reading through the comments, because there are comments that are in agreement with us.
Yeah, you're just selectively,
Yeah.
viewing those. We're up to 1.5 thousand.
Greetings, comrades.
Yes. Greetings.
And fuck you, fascists.
Yeah. Clearly have nothing else to do. So, personal property and private property is basically like you hear a lot about how people want to control the means of production and stuff like that. It's like taking property from different corporations, and which will not exist, and hopefully in the future, but different companies, that kind of property will belong to everyone. Your private property, that kind of property, like your phone and everything, it will not be stolen from you. Nobody's going to come and steal your stupid old phone. But as far as businesses go, in running a business in this country, what you produce will belong to everybody. And I would think that this could be applied at a very large scale, and we never actually have done it before. People like to talk about the Soviet Union and things like that. The Soviet Union was completely corrupted by capitalist interests.
Always is.
Yeah, and it always happens because of this place. This country, it has a problem with it. It sees it as a threat because it knows that if communism is ever successful, it will mean the end of their ways. And so what they do is they go into countries like that, and Bay of Pigs. How about, let's take Bay of Pigs, where they tried to assassinate Fidel. They do these things because they see communism as a threat, and they see us as a threat because we want to finally heal this country. And it's just a never-ending thing, and until more people realize this and they all come together, we will never be able to stop the one reason communism fails, which is the United States.
And capitalism.
In capitalism as a whole.
Right.
Of course. Oh, it's mostly our comrades watching. Mm-hmm. See, one thing that we've told our comrades before, and perhaps you just were not, listening, we do not have our comrades just come on here and, just leave messages and stuff because we know that you'll dox them and you'll get their information. It's called security culture. Maybe you guys should look it up. Then you wouldn't have all these Nazis losing their jobs and shit down in Charlottesville. But they're not that bright, are they? They don't know how to mask up. I wonder if the Nazis will ever form some kind of black bloc. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't see it happening. I don't think they learned from their lessons. Why would they still be supporting something like fascism?
They're still just trying to unite the right, which they're just trying to get each other to agree. So they don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Right. They
together. There's no way they could form a tight black bloc like we can.
Right. They don't all realize that you all need to conform to the exact same ideology and try to forget your differences and how you disagree with something for the greater good of it, and realize that the end goal is more important than any kind of feelings that you have that what you may be doing is wrong, because it's more important for us to actually remove the full fascism that is now, in our country. And that goal is getting Trump out of the White House whenever the hell he actually is there anyway.
Right.
But, symbolically, I guess I mean.
It's happening sooner than you think.
Yeah, it's happening sooner. I put out a video, like, very early on when we started the video campaign, and I made a claim that Trump would be out of office in 2 years tops.
And his, the ghostwriter for his book, The Art of the Deal, is already saying that he's going to resign.
Yeah.
And that's someone who knows this man.
Yeah, so I'd like to say I'm wrong. I accept it, that he will not be out in 2 years tops. He'll be out in a year.
A year.
A year, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Maybe
gonna be
by
out.
Christmas.
It would be funny if he, was impeached on the same day that he was inaugurated. I think that would just be so beautiful. Just a full
Poetic.
year. Yeah. Poetic justice.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Mm-hmm. That's right, just like that. So I would like to perhaps do a rendition of Goodnight All Right, and then we can...
I think I'm going to let you take the reins on this
Okay,
one.
perfect. Yeah, because this is a little more complex here. So we'll go ahead and do this because this was just a treat to cover. So this band, Stray from the Path,
A great band.
a fantastic band. It's been one of my favorites for so long. I made a cover of this, a piano cover, and it's really just exploded in popularity. So I would like to do a rendition of this. Again, this is the lyrics to a song. What I'm saying is not something that, I'm trying to, threaten anybody in the chat room with. This is just a song. Okay. You just got knocked the fuck out. The punishment fits the crime. So keep your hand held high and you'll find out why that this raised fist ain't afraid to fly. 77 since the 88. Had to look at my phone cause I couldn't believe the date. It's 2017, but in its 40s trend with a racist president that's making everything great again. But tell me why that this was fucking okay. All the streets and the screens popping triple Ks. You want the peace? Nah, that won't fly here. Cause if you blink, they're pushing you back 300 years. Call it what you want, but it's an eye for an eye. I'll mark you with a downright down, right up right. They're trying to censor that they're the fucking oppressor. And all you want to say is that it's wrong when they're swinging at Spencer. Brand yourself like a bull when it sees red. Make the lie big. That's what he said. Fuck him and fuck you too. And appreciate that if you preach hate, then expect hate. You just got knocked the fuck out. The punishment fits the crime. So keep your hand held high and you'll find out why that this raised fist ain't afraid to fly. Lowest of the low, rats out of their holes. We never used to let these dickheads have any control. Speech is free when it comes with a price. And if you're speaking out some bullshit, I'll give you some advice. Hit him with a left, and a right. Got him dropping like flies with the stars in their eyes. So fuck them and fuck you too and appreciate that. If you preach hate, then expect hate. You just got knocked the fuck out. The punishment fits the crime. So keep your hand held high and you'll find out why that this raised fist ain't afraid to fly. What makes you think that this is okay? What makes you think that you're the superior race? What makes you think that this is all right? Good night, alt-right. If you preach hate, then expect hate. Nazi punks, fuck off. So I fucking love that song, and thank you for allowing me to share that with you tonight. Yeah, exactly. That song has pissed off so many people. I would like to look at what the downvotes are right now.
Oh, a lot of butter.
Oh my goodness. So this song's been viewed almost 400,000 times, the music video for it on YouTube. Let's see, 6,678 upvotes. So I sense some kind of YouTube suppression with that because that's clearly a very small number.
It's got 56,340 downvotes.
So I kind of wonder how that happened. It's a little suspicious because that song is wonderful. I don't see how it has so many downvotes. So YouTube has been doing a lot lately that makes me a little suspicious. They've been taking down a lot of our comrades' videos that are, calling out different racists. And they're saying that they're like, they're threats or, they're harassment or something like that. And I don't see, how that's possible. Because these are Nazis we're dealing with, and I would hope that YouTube would realize that, oh wow, so we got, how many viewers? We've been having like a 1.5 solid, okay, that 8chan full list of Antifa members thing.
How could you even have a full list of Antifa members?
That's completely false.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's completely false. Give your forecast for martial law being, you see how he spelled that too? Yeah. I don't think that there's any government that is run by the Marshall, guitar amp company. Maybe learn how to spell.
Yeah.
How about, okay, supremacist. Let's do this again. It's not supremacist, it's supremacist. Come on.
At least when you pretend to be against white supremacists, say the word correctly,
Right.
so that we're not laughing at you.
That's so sad. Yeah, I love that though, martial law. That there's no guitar company that is running our country anywhere or any kind of legislation. Idiots. Fucking morons. These kids are totally clueless. Okay. Provide an argument, sir. Somebody's going to call you Lisa. Lisa is a cute little racist. Who is he talking to with that?
I don't know.
Steven, you're drunk. Get off of the internet. Oh, no. Most people are not here to laugh at us. They want to know about the rally. And I'm sorry if we got off topic.
We did, yes.
Yeah. So the rally. Again, we are meeting...
an hour and a half after the
Right.
rally starts.
Because we learned our lesson from last time, to not arrive early, to not arrive at 12. 1 to 1:30 is where we're trying to, get everybody to there. And again, we are going to try to take the high ground like before, but I think this time we'll have the support to actually hold the high ground, which was a huge problem last time. And I think if we can keep the high ground on the common, we will, we'll win the rally.
Mm-hmm.
The fascists will have no choice but to leave. Because as you can tell, when you are higher in elevation, your speech will be able to carry farther, and so their free speech will be drowned out by the voices of, usually the voiceless and the marginalized people who are usually incapable of being able to voice their opinions. We will make sure that their opinions are voiced and not the free speechers. So
We've already discussed our thoughts on Venezuela. Venezuela is not a socialist country. There's nothing to talk about because it doesn't represent anything that we're about.
of course we'll win the rally. Of course you can win a rally. Some people are claiming that we lost the last rally when it was a tactical retreat. So no one won or lost the last rally. But this rally we will completely win, and we will completely suppress the free speech. Oh, our song was quite comedic. You know, you can just mock things all you want, but it doesn't change a damn thing because we're winning more viewers over. Trump's approval rating, what is it at? Like, is it in the double digits still?
I don't think so. I think it's 5%.
I think, like I said, like when we first started this,
Right.
I think it's everybody right here. Was there 1.5 thousand right now is what we have going on here. And that's it. So I'm glad that all of the rest of the Trump supporters could, chime in tonight. It's too bad they don't have a damn intelligent thing to say.
Right.
Don't let the trolls get to you. I can't see who that's from, but I just got that message. Thank you a lot. Thanks for that. Solidarity, comrade.
So I don't know if everyone saw, but Vice had briefly had a tweet up that said that they should blow up Mount Rushmore. So a lot of the leftist organizations that don't necessarily call themselves Antifa yet are starting to come out in support of the things that we're coming out in support of. There was something trending that there was along the lines of hoping that Trump was getting assassinated. That was trending on Twitter. They're not censoring that. Twitter is where it's at right now as far as Antifa goes. They do a great job at not suppressing our movement there.
Yeah. Thank you, comrades at Vice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Solidarity, comrades.
They deleted it though, so I'm not sure if we should really be thanking them.
Well, you know that it's just the
cowardly acts there.
It's just the puppet masters. There's nothing we can really do about that. They were able to convey the message, but it's like a lot of these people. I mean, we were getting so much support today from like the people from the Atlantic, for example. We got some really nice Antifa support from them today, and I really appreciate that. Who else was giving us support? There was a guy from the New York Times today. Actually, for this whole week, we've been getting support from that guy. And there's a lot of them out there. But of course, you know, when they publish these things, when they publish stuff against Trump, sometimes they're so brave for doing it. But these people, they go out on a limb to, you know, say these things about Trump and to try to spread the reality of the situation. And don't tell me to not believe in the polls and all that kind of stuff. The polls to me is when I look out my window and I see thousands and thousands of people voicing their concerns about, you know, Trump and the fascism that has completely overtaken this country. So do not tell me to not believe in the polls, because the polls I'm not looking at. I'm looking at what I see with my eyes. Maybe you should get off the computer and actually look outside your damn window. So anyway, what was I talking about? Just got off a little tangent there. The mainstream, yeah. These people are so brave for coming out and saying these things about Trump. I see it all the time with Mike. You guys read Mike and Salon?
Great publications.
Great publications, and you know they're risking everything they have, and they've been risking everything they have for like 2 years now to.
Yes, I mean, you understand that these people, they exist in a capitalist society, so they're going to have to try to make money with their publications, but they push so far, they toe the line of what they can and can't publish due to societal constructs of not calling out the fascists due to the white supremacist patriarchy. So these folks are pushing that boundary, and they publish some really brave things.
Yeah. And I just want to say, for everybody that's had to suffer, I just understand that we really appreciate what you've done, and it's with your sacrifice and everybody else against Trump and the many that will unfortunately still come, that we will get Trump out of office. It's fantastic news. I strongly believe now, I mean, without a doubt, I think even Bannon's realizing it, that Trump will be out of office in a year. And I would see Mike Pence as being held guilty of really just going along with all of this. And so we will not be worrying about Mike Pence. I would say both of them will probably get arrested, and both of them will be tried for treason. And you know what? I don't really care if they're tried for treason or anything, because, I mean, fuck this country and fuck everything that it stands for. But do we have any factual data or just emotional opinions? Again, look out your window, read a news article, check out Salon, check out Huffington Post today.
Right.
Jesus Christ. You can check out our Twitter. I think that we have those things up at the top, don't we? Yeah, you can check out that stuff on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter and YouTube and all that. Especially Twitter, because that's where the bulk of our conversations are actually happening. On Facebook, we realize that Facebook has been completely corrupted by Trump supporters, and we believe that a lot of the capitalist cronies under Mark Zuckerberg, including himself, are just in it for Trump's interests. And so we try to stay off of Facebook, but we get on here every once in a while, like just a spear cutting through shit. We are the spear, of course, and we do our best to try to get the message conveyed. And if we have to get on Facebook, that's fine. We'll do it. But we know that it's a Trump supporter, kind of place. It's like the Trump version of Tumblr, basically, is what Facebook is. Anything you'd like to add to that? Like, what do you see on Facebook as far as the Trump supporters go, and they've completely controlled everything? Like, I see a lot of memes.
Right.
The memes, I'm sick of the assault memes, especially on us. I see a lot of assault memes where you guys are trying to be transphobic because I'm wearing like a skirt and I'm wearing the wig, because I'm trying to show that solidarity towards the trans folks, and you guys take that as some kind of joke. And yeah, I guess we haven't done a live stream at all, so I'd like to call everybody out on that, because this happened back in March, and everybody thought it was some kind of joke that I would dress as a woman of color.
We don't take those things lightly. No.
When you're dressing as a woman of color, as a cis male, which I no longer identify as, it's something that some people may see as disrespectful, and it's not intended that way. Not in my case. When I was a cis male, I did not identify as somebody who hated the trans folks, or I was trying to mock them. What I was trying to do was show through Quinn's examples that there are far too many men in Antifa, and they're not doing enough. Right. So all of that sharing that you guys did of that video back there, like, what was it called? Like Quinn's call to action for men or something like that. Men of Antifa. All of that, you are being transphobic as hell. And now you are completely disparaging somebody who's no longer a cis male. So, good job with that. I hope you feel very happy for yourself that you would actually go against the transphobe community like that. You're just like Trump. It's a slippery slope, isn't it? Honestly, like the way that they try to tell everybody that, we just don't want them in the military. It's too hard. Where is it going to go next?
We don't want them in our restaurants.
We don't want them to, at least in the front of the restaurant, in the front of the bus. Right. And it will be, we'll have the transphobic just laws all over the country, and trans water fountains and trans bathrooms. And there will have to be a trans civil rights movement in this country. And if we do not act on, the momentum that is built up from that movement, trans people will never be free. Somebody like myself will never be allowed to eat at Applebee's or anything like that. Although I would never really eat at Applebee's, because their menu, as far as the non-meat goes, is very, very sparse. I'm not going to just go there and eat a salad, because honestly, salads aren't really that great. So, anything you'd like to add to that? No. I think we said everything we needed to say.
Right.
So a little bit more Q&A, and we could just, wrap it up. I mean, we're getting so many viewers. It's insane. But I would just like everybody to know the trans community is not less than 1,000. Do you understand that most of these people are not able to actually come out? They're completely terrified, and what you're doing is killing them. What you're doing is killing them when you say that there's less than 1% of them. You're completely erasing.
You don't want your daughter to be in the same bathroom as a man dressed up like a woman. Well, that's not what trans people are.
Yeah.
They're not just men dressed up like women. They are women in clothing that they choose to wear. They just don't have the parts that you think that they should have.
So, congrats with that. No, I'm not going to start crying because I can't eat at Applebee's. I could eat at Applebee's if I wanted to.
Who wants to?
Yeah, who wants to eat at Applebee's? Do any of you honestly want to eat at Applebee's? Is there anybody in the chat that would eat at Applebee's?
It's pretty much up there in the same realm of who wants to eat at Cracker Barrel.
Right. Yeah, Cracker Barrel. I noticed there was a lot of weird things. You guys want to just talk about some of the videos? Cracker Barrel, the rocking chair thing. You guys seem to have a weird issue with that. Do you realize that rocking chairs, they represent, an old period of time when a lot of different people of color were unable to have rights. And it's a Southern culture thing in the same line as, the Confederate flag. It's all a part of that same Southern culture. And what we need to do is we need to stop treating it as something that's just whimsical or it's something that's just wonderful. It's not. It's over. We need to start getting rid of the Cracker Barrels. And you saw the video. And, it's like... I'm sorry to go on a tangent here, but when I see a Cracker Barrel and I see the inside of it, does it remind you of antique stores at all?
Those fucking places.
I'm surprised, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Cracker Barrels, you realize everything in them is from a time when slaves existed, or at least it's trying to represent that time. And when you go to an antique store, you see a lot of this stuff. You see a lot of blackface, kind of what do they call it? The Sambo type of things, and
the mammies.
The mammies and the Sammies, and all those kind of little things. And there's that one thing. It's this coin thing where you put a coin in its mouth and it goes ah like that, like that, and it's metal die cast, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's strange, they just sell these things, and to me a lot of these blackface little artifacts, it's selling Hitler merchandise.
Right. But they do that though. The antique stores, they sell Nazi emblems and things from that era. Except
in some places, thankfully, Portland and things like that. They had the Confederate rug. They shut down that entire place because it had a Confederate rug in it, which was great. But I would like to see more antique stores actually being completely...
Take a stand.
Yeah, exactly. Take a stand. If you have an antique store in your town, go and check it out. See what kind of merchandise they have in it, and if there's something that is offensive to you, have it do it. Okay, I'll show you. It's like this. They put the coin in there, and then they go like this, and then they put it in like that, and it's all metal. You'll see this. This is what I'm talking about. Go to the antique store, and you'll see this. That kind of thing. A lot of different blackface things. Find out what's at your antique store, and if there's something that is offensive,
take some pictures of it.
Take a picture
of the storefront, and share it on Facebook. Whatever you really need to do to get people aware of this, because there are so many antique stores that are really promoting racism. That's all there is to it.
Maybe there's a hashtag that we could start with that. Do you guys have any ideas for a hashtag? Let me think. Because racist rockers is what we're doing right now for the Confederate rocking chairs. I don't know. If you guys wanted to, you could just use racist rockers for that. But because I kind of feel it doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. Man, we'll just have to think about that. But if you see anything offensive in your antique store, get people together to shut it down. I would like to see a lot less antique stores, at least ones that are not trying to. I want to see more. I want to see more Confederate stuff gone from those antique stores. I want to see more of the blackface stuff gone. I would like to see, if antique stores are able to exist in the 21st century, I think that they should do more to represent the different,
Marginalized groups.
Marginalized groups, exactly. Thank you, Quinn. These people are being they're not even being misrepresented, they're being underrepresented in antique stores, and especially people of color. I mean, they're being misrepresented, don't get me wrong there, but a lot of people are being underrepresented. Let's see, a lot of the Pacific Islanders, they're not being represented at all in our antique stores. As far as misrepresented go, of course, the Indians. Sorry, I meant Native Americans, but Indians too. See, that's the thing. I meant the Indians in Asia. So if they do not do this, let us know. We'll try to help. But let's get the antique stores, under control. I would propose that most of them just need to be shut down because I don't think they're going to go along with it. Am I offended by antiques? Have you been to an antique store? Yes, of course. I'm offended by antiques. Why would you not be?
It's like they haven't even been listening.
No. Are you doing okay?
Oh, yeah.
These people.
It's definitely wearing on me.
Solidarity, comrades, and thank you for everybody that is supporting us. This stream has been very successful, regardless of these people.
Right. Of the trolls, you think that you're a huge majority, but there are a lot of people that are just silently listening to us.
Right.
Because we're making points that resonate.
Yeah. So, I don't really... Why is it a shock to the system that antique stores harbor a lot of racist merchandise?
They put it on their storefronts.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Right. And the Native Americans, as well as the people of color, so many groups. The Irish is another one. I mean, it's not as important, but I would say that the people of color, it's just so sad.
Mm-hmm.
And to think that they allow them to work at Cracker Barrel, the people of color working at Cracker Barrel, it's so depressing because it's like they're being treated like slaves, and they're kind of dressed like them too in this shabby brown clothing. And another thing about Cracker Barrel that I don't think I really brought up is how they try to support meritocracy. You see a Cracker Barrel apron, and it has different stars on it. And say you go to Cracker Barrel and you get a waiter and they have 2 stars. What are you going to think about a waiter that only has 2 stars? That they're not doing a good enough job? And how many of these waiters that have 2-star, ratings, or maybe just 1 star, which is called rising star at Cracker Barrel? You need to research this thing a little bit before you come at me thinking that's weird. These people...
How many of them
people of color.
How many of them are actually working really hard but not getting noticed because of their skin color?
Yeah. And the fact that they only have 2 stars on their apron too.
Right.
And their tips are probably smaller because they only have 2 stars on their aprons. Mm-hmm. So, if anybody could get Cracker Barrel in here, we've tried and tried. They do not respond to us. We know that you know who we are, Cracker Barrel. Oh, how are you doing there? You want to wrap this up anytime soon, or you want to rip on these people some more?
We've got so much time to rip on these people.
Right.
We can come back at it.
Oh, you want to come back at it later?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would like to close. We could wrap it up a little bit more with the free speech rally, and we'll do this some more because I mean, it's insane. The positive response that we've gotten tonight is just absolutely incredible. We have been like solid 1.5K the whole entire night, and that's just great. Our comrades really came out in full support tonight.
Thank you
and
for
the
listening.
comments have been just fantastic. There was a little bit of time I thought that perhaps they, we were being invaded by trolls, but as I go on and on tonight, I realized that most of these have just been overwhelmingly positive. And so that's great. I'm a little surprised by Facebook because they've done everything to suppress our cause.
Absolutely.
So I would like to wrap up with everybody going to the free speech rally tomorrow to just be safe and to realize that there is no platform for fascists and that we must do everything, by any means necessary to keep this out of our streets. We've been doing this social media campaign for 6 months, and it's just been beautiful, the overwhelming support. And I don't know, could you take over for a second?
Sure. I mean, it's been great so far.
It's just been so beautiful.
We've had a lot of people come out in support of us, and I think that it really is indicative of where this country could go. I think that we have a lot of ground left to cover. Obviously, it's only going to get harder from here. We are a struggling movement, but at this point we have the support of the media and many people in our government, in the American government. They believe in our movement, and that is to bash the fash.
I'm sorry, guys. I just started my period today, and it's been really rough. If you guys don't realize, when you start hormone therapy, it becomes a really big issue. You actually start getting the periods, and I've been trying my best, but this is a new thing for me. I mean, here I am, 28 years old. I've never had a period really before. I thought I did before, but this is just different. And I just appreciate everybody tonight. I appreciate a lot of the wonderful outgoing support. And I would just like to say, the next 6 months of our social media campaign, we're going to do everything we can to continue to spearhead this movement, and to bring Trump crashing down, and just put him into some kind of realm of shame where we never have to hear from him again. And I want to thank everybody tonight, just the thousands of people that have watched tonight, that have come out here to support us. And throughout the year, honestly, we couldn't have done it without you guys.
Right. Your support has helped us get through this.
Yeah. And we hope that our videos and everything else has really gotten, everybody else through this trying time.
It's been hard, and some days I wake up and I don't want to make a video, but I know that this cause is something that I feel really strongly about, and I would do whatever it takes to continue to do this. So it's not going to end. We're not going to stop.
I realize that things have changed since I no longer became a cis male, and perhaps, us interrupting each other is a little more on an even keel now that I'm no longer a cis male. But I would just like to say that I would put myself in front of any people of color any day, in front of any Dodge Challenger run by a Nazi, if that's what it takes. After this is all over, after Trump is gone, and I don't think, I wish, like he was saying, perhaps Bernie Sanders could replace him. I feel like we could work with Bernie Sanders. He's not exactly my first choice. I would rather have the government completely just, dismantled. And I think Bernie Sanders could help us with that. But
yeah, that seems to be what his plan is.
So I'm looking forward to Bernie Sanders becoming president next year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's actually really, really great, because I hear that more and more That's actually what will happen once enough people are removed, because we know that Hillary would not have any. She's completely invalid. She lost the election.
Right.
But Bernie Sanders never actually formally ran for the election, only the primaries. So
Which he was cheated out of.
he would be the next step. He would actually win. And that's, I mean, we don't know the full details on that, but somebody's been talking to me about that, and there's still a way that it could happen. And that's cool. I mean, I don't know if it's really going to happen. Like, I'm just kind of batting around a little bit of an idea there.
Mm-hmm.
But he would be, of course, our first choice. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Just thank you, everybody. Thank you for continuing to watch our videos.
Thanks for supporting us.
Thanks for supporting us. The strong support that we have had. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm reading the chats right now, and it's like I'm in some kind of family reunion right now. There's just so much love.
Right.
So thank you for supporting my my transformation. It's been hard going from a cis male to a woman. It's been difficult, and thank you so much. I always have tried. I tried, like in that video, and it's when I had that video, I just realized that I needed to explore that part of me. And I've given you guys false hope like 6 times already. You just need to stop. We're not going to stop. If you mean we thought, we're going to stop. No, it's not going to happen.
No.
We'll stop the stream eventually.
Of course.
You guys are boring as hell. Oh. I like reading the comments. You think they'll stop after we stop the stream?
I don't know.
Mm.
They seem so supportive. Like I don't know.
I mean, this was pretty well for not having really a lot of a lot of organization, a lot of planning.
Right.
The stream was great. It was very informative. It's kind of like a test stream a little bit too. Mm-hmm. We'll do more. No, I'm not going to get pegged in the head by a high-powered paintball gun. That won't happen. We have plenty of supporters on here.
We're talking to the fascists.
Yeah, we're talking to the fascists right now. The few that are on here, and it's not a lot. I like right now that there's like over 1,000 people just watching me just stand here and not do anything but drink a beer. That's the internet for you. My glasses are a little foggy, but I don't want you guys to dox me, so I'm going to wait till the stream's over. Take them off. Well, so everybody, good luck out there tomorrow. Remember, 1:30 is the time we're trying to get out.
Do not show up when the rally starts.
Yeah, don't do that. It's a trap, because what will happen is that they'll contain you, and we'll be stuck just on the Soldiers and Sailors Monument again. But we plan on completely taking over the rally, and then we will have our own rally there, and we will have a very closed off and restricted speech rally, restricted speech rally. We'll work on the name of it once we take over the rally.
Right.
We'll take votes, I guess. So, good luck, everybody. Maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.
Right. Yep.
So, anything you'd like to close off with?
I just want to thank all of the liberals who are joining our movement slowly but surely. I appreciate that you finally, grown a backbone enough to join, and I know that it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. This is not an easy road, But the more liberals who support us, the more that we can show exactly what this movement is about. So thank you. Thank you for having the courage to stand up and say, we support Antifa. We support their movement and what they do and how they do it. That's all I really have to say.
Yeah. Let's just close out with the song one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to... I wished you all luck, but you all need to get some rest. It's 12 here, and it's time to sleep. Okay.
All right.
Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. Turn the fascists into dust, because Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. Make Nazis annoyed. Proud Boys get destroyed, because Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. Trump supporters are a joke, but here comes the punchline, because Boston belongs to us. Boston belongs to us. So fuck all your free speech. It's really just hate speech. Too bad Boston belongs to us. Cool. That was awesome. Okay, thank you, everybody. Stay safe and fight back. All right. Good luck out there.